We're here today at Portland Square, the home of the Royal Wealth Club, in the latest of our series of interviews to follow up from our successful event at Bordeaux Quay in January. And I'm pleased to welcome today Jon Basker from AudioBay Management.
Thanks, Andy.
Before we go more into about AudioBay, please tell us a bit more about yourself.
Well, I'm Jon Basker. I'm from Bristol. I run a music management company, AudioBay, which we'll talk about in a minute, and also a startup technology company called Locatune, which delivers high quality audio direct to audiences at live events.
I see. And what did you do before AudioBay and Locatune?
I worked in property for a little while, and before that I studied music performance at university, so I'm from a music background, but now working entrepreneurially in the music industry.
Right, okay. And what sort of led you to start up your own business?
Well, actually, it was that experience I had working for a property company. It was sort of a combination of needing to do something, but also knowing that I wanted to do something myself, and that sort of led me. At the time, I was managing a band, and it was one of those things that I actually spoke to my mentor about it, and before I knew it, he'd introduced me to enough people, and I suddenly looked around and I was like, oh, okay, I've got a management company. Yeah. So it was one of them, really.
And that's what AudioBay does, it manages other bands?
Yeah, it manages musicians, so the emphasis of it is basically we give artists the business strategies they need to make more money, and which then enables them to continue doing what they do. That really covers everything across the board, so we manage their concerts, sort of day-to-day lives, their touring activities, anything that's required, really. It's quite an all-encompassing role, being a music manager. So. And
out of all the things you do within AudioBay, what's the most enjoyable for you?
I do enjoy the tour aspect, tour managing, get to see a lot of interesting places, and do that in a productive way. We get to travel a lot, but travel in a way that means we're being productive and making money, hopefully, at least. And see the world at the same time, yeah.
Okay. What I really enjoyed from our event was how you added a different dimension. Your suggestion that we had Fraser Anderson to perform.
Yeah.
So why did you think that would be appropriate for the Wealth Club?
Well, I suppose events like that, they don't normally have that sort of entertainment element to them. And it was I think it was an idea to trial, and I think it worked pretty well, and gave an added flavour to it, which I think kept it quite lively, I suppose.
Yes. And I took the feedback from the evening is that people particularly enjoyed Fraser performing,
right.
And they said it wasn't like the typical event that they go to. So
absolutely,
thank you very much for doing that. And what are your plans with AudioBay to more on the financial side of promoting bands in the future? What sort of plans have you got there?
So at the moment we're actually looking to develop a fund, and with that we're kind of taking the emphasis of how films are financed at the moment. So we'd be looking to raise a fund probably through the SEIS scheme, and then we'll be investing those funds into a variety of artists, probably five artists or so. And with that, if you put the right teams around the right artists, the proposition becomes as low risk as any other startup business. No one's doing that in the music industry at the moment, and there is quite a sort of gap in the market between artists that are at a certain stage but aren't signed to a major label that could fund them in the way they really need to be funded. And there's a lot of people in the industry at the moment that need that gap bridging. So we're interested in trying to fill that gap. And as I say, at the moment we're working on putting the right team in place, and then we'll be going out to investors.
Interesting. So an SEIS, just for the benefits of people watching, is a seed enterprise investment scheme, and it's for very small startup businesses, and it has very, very advantageous tax breaks. I think it's something like 50% tax relief.
Exactly.
Front, and you can defer capital gains tax from previous investments as well. So it's a really good opportunity. And how are you working with Fraser at the moment? I think tomorrow you're off to Kansas, is that right?
We're off to the States tomorrow, and so at the moment we're working on developing some singles. He's working on a new album which will be released next year. We're off to the States tomorrow to develop some contacts there and get some business over there at a big conference called Folk Alliance.
Okay.
Fraser's got a official showcase there, so he's playing on Saturday night in front of a room full of booking agents and record labels. So it should be it should be a very positive event for us. And then after that, we're working on tours in Italy, Germany, and we're working towards a headline tour of the UK in October time.
So we can promote some tickets through Royall Love.
Absolutely, yeah, indeed you can, yes.
Okay, and where can people find out more about Fraser? Is he got a website?
Yeah, FraserAnderson.com. Also, he's on Facebook, Fraser Anderson Band.
Okay.
And
And he's got CDs, because I
yeah,
picked some up on the evening.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's got some released his 4th album last year, so that's one that we're currently promoting.
And when's Fraser's next album?
It will be 2018. We don't have a set date for it yet, but as I say, we're working on a round of singles this year. The next single will be out at the end of March, early April sort of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And other groups you're working with? Are there other local groups you work with?
Yeah, we're working with a classical composer in Bristol called Anne-Marie Furman. She does more composition work for TV and film. And then again, we're kind of developing contacts in the States for that aspect of things. And yeah, that's... Yeah.
Okay. And as far as the other projects you've got on the go, the other one you mentioned just now.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, sure thing. So Locatune is basically it's a music app, and what we're interested in doing is delivering high quality, instantly available audio to audiences at live music events. So the idea is that you watch a show, and as soon as you leave the venue, you've got access to the show that you just watched. The tagline is "Take the gig with you," and so with that, whereas most streaming companies are interested in delivering content to people that aren't at the event, we're interested in delivering added value to people that are actually at the events. And so we're working with rights holders and management companies to enable that to happen. And we are actually at the moment, we might be pivoting slightly to offer the same service but in other environments as well, so spoken word or comedy, or even actually in a professional environment with more board meetings and more in the corporate environment as well.
And you're at development stage, or can people download the app?
People can download the app now. So it's Locatune, Locatune on the iPhone App Store. And over the next few months, we're going to be adding new features to the app. And
So it's Locatune on the iPhone store.
On the iPhone store.
And is it available on Android as well?
Not at the moment, no. Over the next few months, we will be.
Yeah,
and as I say, we're developing the business plan at the moment and just shifting what we're doing slightly, and so we aim to be going out for a round of investment in August for that as well.
Oh, I see.
So,
Okay.
And that also will be through SEIS
Right.
in the first instance.
Okay, well,
So,
keep us informed
yeah,
about that as
will do,
well, I'm
yeah.
sure. And where can we find out more about AudioBay itself?
so AudioBay is online at audiobaymanagement.com. So we've got a website that shows everything that we do there.
Okay, that sounds really exciting. I wish you every success with
Thank you
it.
very much. Thanks for having us.
No problem at all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers.